This is Boxing Tickets NI in association with SB Sports. We're delighted to be joined by the BI Celtic Super Middleweight Champion, Jamie Morrissey. That sounds good, doesn't it?
It does indeed, Steve. Thank you. What an introduction. Thanks, brother. How are you getting
It's
on, man?
all's fantastic. I guess we're a little delayed. I guess obviously our interview from obviously your success in Scotland. I guess it's well kicked in by now that you've obviously now landed your first professional title as a boxer.
Yeah, good achievement, Steve. Honestly, it didn't feel like the performance was terrible. It really didn't feel like a win, and I think that's a healthy thing coming into this fight. I have to be at my very, very best against Kevin, and I remember actually, I thought it was the dog's bollocks, and I won the ISK Thai boxing title, and I got humbled very quickly in my next fight. So I think I'm safe from that worry. I definitely haven't. My head hasn't gone too big, and I don't see myself as irrationally better than what I am. So I'm ready for war. Still very, very hungry. It feels like I'm coming off a loss, to be honest.
I guess, and sometimes it's just isn't that stride for perfection. Sometimes we're never sometimes too happy and too overwhelmed in what we've done. And I know it spoke to you obviously after the fight, and you weren't too happy with the performance. Was it the delay? Obviously, I guess the fight initially cancelled, and then having to go back into the gym, maybe overworking, or what was it you think wasn't right on the night?
To tell you the truth, no, none of those factors, none of those things really would play a part in it. I'll tell you a brief synopsis, and yeah, I just sometimes I've never actually got on a shoot. I don't fear opponents. I've always been bold in that sense. I've always wanted to fight the best and never turned down a fight that's the God on a shoot. But I have a thing called OCD, bro, and sometimes when I have a bad day, I went through a very, very bad period with that coming up towards that fight. I really wasn't myself, and if I have a bad day in relation to that, I'm left in a state of sheer exhaustion to the point where I can barely hold my hands up. And unfortunately, that was one of those days. I've eradicated that. I've full faith in God, man. I've actually never felt better in this camp. Honestly, I'm I feel just so rejuvenated, so grateful, and I feel so ready for war. But that was what that was. I suffered with that since I was a kid. It got the better of me that day. It got the better of me that couple of months, to be quite honest. And it showed fight night. But there are only excuses. Man, mental aspect of things is still very much part of this game. So all that is an excuse. I'm on top of everything now, and I'm ready for war. I trust God and where He's led me, and where I'm at right now. So I'm ready to go and get it now.
And I guess when you sort of look back and the sort of positive you sort of had, like you're not even 2 years a professional yet, you're ready to have landed your first professional title. You said from the very start, pretty much like a Conor McGregor thing on the news in an interview earlier as well. You're not here to mess about and obviously fight journeymen and fight people that's not going to push you to the limit. You fought Robbie Burke in your second pro fight. You fought obviously Ben McGivern, obviously in Scotland at his own patch, and now probably I would say in Railman's terms, you're even though you're the champion at 168, you're probably going in this as an underdog because Kevin Cronin's probably more experienced as a professional. Not even a professional as a boxer because you come from
Yeah.
from Muay Thai and everything else. So in my head, he's probably in your head. I don't know what it's like, but Kevin's probably the favorite because he's been more adapted to boxing, whereas you've had to come from different fight traits.
Yeah, uh, I can see Steve how he would be some people's favourites. I can see that. Um, However, yeah, I can see that. I can see how he'd be some people's favourites. Of course, um, honestly, like at my best, I fear no one, and I believe I've the beats of anyone. Uh, so I'm coming into this with an underdog mentality. Do I believe he's the better fighter than me? Absolutely not. I don't. But I do respect him as a boxer. I do believe he's my toughest test to date. Uh, Robert Brock brought me. That was a war. He made it. That was a very, very tough fight for me. Ben McGivern made it a war. And if I'm saying that Cronin is my hardest test to date, I best be prepared for a war. But I know at my best, I can. At my best, I've the beatings of anyone. I fully believe I'm an awkward and I work for anyone in the world at 168 at my very best. I'm big, brave, and awkward, and I have boxing about me. So I look forward to with. I just feel like I feel strong right now. I feel strong in every sense of the world. So I'm looking forward to showing you what I'm all about this time now.
And I guess
I'm
obviously
a worthy opponent to do it against.
Kevin, you've obviously sparred before as well. Do you take much from the spar you've obviously had with him, or I guess it's sparring can be different from what it is in a fight. I guess you're never at 100% in sparring. Do you take much from the sparring you've had with him, or is it just a different
No,
day?
I take nothing from it. To be honest, I take nothing from it. Like we've had two spars. He was my first spar as a pro boxer, below in Kerry, and then he came up to Limerick one day. We've had two spars, two good spars. I think it's a small thing to do mentioning what way they went, or even to dwell on them to be quite honest. But no, spars are spars, man. It's fucking it's that's absolutely not in comparison. You're talking a main event now, with both of our careers on the line in 4 weeks in Belfast is going to completely dwarf the scale of a spar. So it's nothing.
And I guess you're not sort of you're fighting out an opponent sort of similar height to you as well. I'd probably say in some ways it's probably been tougher for you. Obviously, in some ways fighting opponents that were smaller in size. Do you obviously feel now with someone at a similar height, we're going to see the very best Morrissey come the 4th of February?
Yeah, I have to be at my best, Steve. I have no option but to be at my best. I have no option to be at my best. Uh, I'm like the life is just so incredible, man, and I've just trusted this journey. Here I am now. Here I am, and like what an opportunity at hand, man. The thoughts of having a belt on each shoulder, be a white Celtic title on each shoulder, or something that is so exciting. But I've just like everyone in the world, I'm standing trials of every aspect, day in and day out, like everyone. Withstanding trials, and the Bible says, like, persevere through that, so your faith will be made perfect in every way. And at times it's hard to see where you're headed, but I'm trusting the journey, and now I can start to see everything come together, and I feel rock solid. I'm ready for this, so I'm looking forward to it.
Would you say that obviously the Ben McGovern, obviously, the success and obviously landing the BUA belt, would that be your best accomplishment in fighting in any ways, or is maybe the Kevin Cronin obviously one maybe going to be the one that they'll age past that, say becoming a two weight BUA Celtic champion?
I think that you know what, I'll take nothing away from that Thai boxing title. I would that like that. I believe that myself and a friend of mine, Faisal, we played a good role. A great friend of mine, Robert NG, who was that gym, my coach, my old Thai boxing coach, and still does a lot with me boxing. What a guy! And I think we played a significant role in getting that to the next level in terms of publicity, in terms of business, even. So I take nothing away from that title I won in Thai boxing. That meant a lot to me and a lot of my mates, and especially at that gym. But the Celtic title intertwined, winning the two of them. I think the first to ever do that, so that meant a lot to me. But certainly being the first to do this whole two at the same time, it'll be something special. And I've really gone about saying what I'm going to do. That I wasn't here to make up the numbers. That I came to set the tone, and I'm fighting everyone that they're putting in front of me. So, um, I yeah, that's something I'm happy about, something I'm proud about, and I'm looking forward to yes, what an achievement that would be. Two Celtic titles. I was what an achievement, but I have to do it first before I start talking about what an achievement it is. So there's business to take care of, and I'm pleased. I'm proud of myself so far.
Very much so, and obviously how have you obviously adjusted? Obviously now that you have a belt as a professional boxer, is it building your confidence more to the fact that you know you're now accomplishing yourself as a boxer? Is that success in Scotland? Has that helped to build the confidence more that you can trust and believe more in your ability? Not that you don't believe in yourself, but landing success, does that help you bring more confidence into future fights moving forward?
It does, Steve. But you know what? Where I get most of my confidence from? Look at the stable I'm surrounded by in Limit, man. I'm surrounded by honestly some guys I think are future world champions. Paddy is just world class. Edwards world class. Jason Harty's world class. Amateur Keane Henderman world class. Trust me, he's world class as well. So I take my confidence from warring it out with them day. Like yesterday inside the ring there, 12 rounds. I'm posting nothing online, but we're in the trenches every day, working towards this 12 hard rounds yesterday with these boys, and I couldn't get better sparring anywhere else in the world. So that's where I take my confidence from. A lot of respect for Ben McGivern. He's a game ball, cool fella, man. Very, very cool fella. But I take my confidence from where I'm at with these boys. And Ben McGivern is to honestly dig to the depths of my soul against him. He's a tough, tough man. But yes, it does give me confidence. I take my confidence from these boys.
Obviously, I just want to obviously touch on obviously the godfather, I guess, of obviously Limerick boxing and Graham McCormick. Obviously, he obviously um, laid down, I guess, in arms, obviously in the SSE against Fergus Quinn. But I guess it shows testament in the person that Graham was, that probably needed Sean to do him a favour, and they end up, I guess, times have probably been tough, but I don't think Graham's sort of dwelling on defeat. I think he's recharged and ready to go again. I seen him in the I seen him, what was it, 2 days after the fight, he was straight back in, and he's ready to go again. Does that show the sort of person that Graham is, that he just he just knew he was beaten by the better man in the night, and he's ready to go again. It doesn't change his plans and vision of where he wants to go.
Uh, People don't realize the kind of man Graham is, man. People still don't realize it. Uh, like I mentioned there, I honestly believe Graham on his day is world class as well. He's world class. All those fighters I mentioned there. I've seen Graham give it to all of them on his day, and that wasn't Graham that day. I've had days, and I've gone in there and I've been nothing short of a punching bag with eyes, and when it just wasn't my day in there, and that wasn't Graham in there. It wasn't Graham. So I believe in his comeback. I believe in him, and a lot of men would have taken a Neill, wouldn't they, in a fight like that, and they would have taken a knee at least, and he had to be saved from his own bravery that day. It wasn't him, and he had no business standing there for the rest of the fight. It was not him, but he'll be back again. He lives to fight another day. People just, there's no measuring the size of that man's spirits. He's a great man, a great friend, and I can't wait to see his comeback.
I know that obviously you and obviously Graham have been close for quite a few years, so that's obviously why I wanted to bring it up, because I know that Graham's been an inspiration for you as well, and probably one of the reasons why you're now, as a professional boxer as well. Um, and I guess Graham, there's always fight in an old dog, and Graham's like a young dog in an old dog's body, sort of things. He's still like a teenager in some ways.
Ah, he is, man. Like he'll be like that till he's an old fella. Uh, he's just, you know what Graham has is some days I can't get over. Like his mind is honestly, it's something else. How many sessions he'll train for a guy in his 30s each day, and that comes from he's the guy who's stone man, in case you haven't noticed. You know what I mean? But it serves him stone, and that comes from someone who's stone man. But his energy is just through the roof. Through the roof, he's bouncing session to session, and he'll always be a young son, man. He's just good fun to be around, a top fighter, and yeah, the comeback is on for him.
And I guess we're sort of just losing a wee bit of the signal there, a wee bit. I guess obviously for yourself in 4 weeks' time, obviously you're going to be in your third pro fight in Belfast. Belfast becoming your second home, sort of in some ways. You know that Belfast become the new Limerick, sort of. You love Belfast. Obviously, you've been up a few times. Will it feel like a home venue to you on the 4th of February?
Feel like a home venue. I fought there twice. Yeah, do you know what? I loved it. I love it up there, man. I absolutely love it up there, and I just love everything from like I love all the Glen boys. I love Owen O'Neill, Paddy McGrory. I like all that crew. But everything from that to the fight fans, and I love actually Belfast as a city. I love it up there, man. What a welcoming town, a boxing crazy town. And I was never there since I was a baby until I went up there boxing. So I'm actually going to head up to that side of the country next weekend for a bit of training with my friend Jamie Rich, a good mate of mine from Belfast. We're just outside Belfast, who suffered a brain injury. Good little boxer. And I enjoy his company a lot. So I look forward to connecting with him next weekend. Myself and Sophie are going to go up and do a bit of training. But I just love it up there, man. I really, really love it up there. So potentially stay for a few nights after, go for a walk around town, and get a few nice bites to eat and whatnot. But it's just beautiful up there. Great people and boxing, man. So what's not to like?
And speaking of Sophie, obviously, I follow obviously your missus on obviously Instagram, and what an inspirational woman. I know Sophie's obviously into her box and stuff as well, but I see obviously a business is booming for her, obviously with the personal training and everything else. Is would you obviously class a lot of your success probably in your mindset and everything else recently on Sophie? I know that she's a big light, and obviously you're light, but she's always on the go. She's always a workhorse, and I guess it's a great woman to have around your shoulder.
Oh man, honestly, like I've never met a girl that works harder than her in my life. But you know what? People are going to be really surprised about her is how good of a fighter she is. I think she has three amateur fights. She has two stoppage first round wins, and then she won that Celtic title, the Dungarvan Box Cup title, and then she won. She was beaten in the Eskers by a way heavier opponent in a fight that could have been either way. She's really a top class boxer. But in terms of what she's done for me, yeah, you know what? She's my best mate, 100%. And we just have such a very, very, very healthy relationship. We just want to see the best of each other. We bring out the best of each other. There's no badness at all. And I owe a lot to her, man. As I said, my best mate, I know her years, and no better woman to have in my corner. She gives me a lot of strength, and I take a lot of inspiration and motivation from her. Like, so I look forward to having her on my corner again in a few weeks. And yeah, it's nothing short of a blessing from God what I have for her, and something I'm grateful for. So the two of us will push on. I believe that she's going to be a household name in Ireland. She's beautiful, and she boxes. She boxes so well, people don't even know it. She hits hard, so keep an eye out for her. And yeah, in terms of the personal training, if you're looking for someone to get you fit at the start of this year and turn a new leaf, she's your woman. So a very, very motivational person, and yeah, a very special person. So
Definitely. Obviously, they always say behind every great man, there's an even greater woman. And what better woman to have by your side that someone can fight as well.
oh, she
um,
clipped the ears after, man. She's good.
but obviously, in 4 weeks' time, I guess the chance that becoming a two-weight BA Celtic champion. Where do I guess you don't like to look too far. I guess, where obviously do you see your dreams and aspirations in 2023? Do you have your eyes in Croke Park? I know that Emma Brennan is obviously not called you out in person, but called the title out. Is that a fight you will maybe entertain afterwards, or just focusing on Kevin for now?
I have to focus on Kevin for now, don't you? Don't I? Like, I have to. The guy's good. I really think he's good. So I have to focus on Kevin. Um, and then Emma Brennan, of course, I'll fight Emma Brennan. And like, he's nothing personal to him either. He's calling me out, of course, I'll fight him. Anyone that knows me, I'm sure he knows I'll probably fight him. So um, yeah, just I believe the winner of this solidifies our place in Croke Park, maybe against a matchroom fighter, or maybe against the likes of Emma Brennan, a big name like that. So bring it on, man. I need this. I believe it's God's plan for me. I just want to get closer to God this year and fulfill my potential this year. So, yeah, I need this, man. So I'm coming for it.
Do you see your future at 168, or obviously I guess 175? Is it you showing your hand at both, that you're able to fight in two divisions? I guess like Paddy McCrory in a way as well. He's fought most of his career at super middleweight, took a chance in Germany, landed the ABO world title, and now he's got options at two weights. Are you looking similar, going, I've got two weight classes, even more opponents to look for?
Yeah. That's why not? Like, they're very close weight classes. For a bigger weight class, they're very close together, and I think I'll look good at light heavyweight. I think it's going to suit me. I was kind of a bit of a bag of bones at super middleweight. We'll see what way I feel at this, and I've no bother making super middleweight weight at all. But I think light heavy will suit me. So I'm strong right now. I lifted a lot of weights in this camp. I stayed loose in this camp. I'm looking forward to seeing how I look at the weight. Um, with me, it's all about being on top of myself spiritually, mentally, and physically. I'm always there, and I'm taking every box now. So I'm rare and fit, man. I'm looking forward. It's going to be a good fight, and we're both going to have to dig deep into our soul for this. So, and it's going to show our character. So, what a war this will be.
I guess 2022 obviously seen a lot of domestic fights as well, and what a better way to start the year with obviously a really great fight. Obviously yourself and Robbie Burke had a fantastic fight in the past as well, and got fight of the year. So, do you sort of see your fight with Kevin being a fight of the year? Do you see it being like a sort of phone box type scrap, or what way do you envisage the fight going in 4 weeks' time?
Uh, like, it has the potential to be a war. It has the potential to be. It has a potential. It's a fight, Steve. You know what I mean? I can't really call this. I don't have that. I don't have that. The
Crystal
Mystic
ball.
Mac thing. Yeah, I don't have the crystal ball. It's a fight. I believe I'm going to win. He believes I'm going to win. He's going to win, and like, I'm coming for the win. Simple as. I don't care what way it comes. I just need to win this fight. Winning is my only option. So I Jamie Morrissey win.
And do you see the fight going the distance? Do you see there maybe potentially being a stoppage? Is it just a win no matter what the costs?
I have the potential to win either of those ways. I think.
Definitely. Well, I know obviously we're going to have Kevin on, obviously with his taking the fight. Is there obviously any message you want to give to Kevin? Obviously, he's going to be on a day later than you, but have you any message you want to give to Kevin over the next 4 weeks in the lead up to the fight? I know these are both respectable gentlemen, but I guess just make sure that he's 100%, I guess.
No real message from him. See you in 4 weeks.
Well, Jamie, obviously, I'll thank you once again for your time. Obviously, it's great to get a catch up. We'll obviously see you in 4 weeks' time in Belfast. Obviously, for anybody, it's obviously still, I guess, looking tickets. Do you have many tickets remaining, and how can people get
Yeah,
in touch with you?
I have tickets there. Please get in touch if you're interested in coming to this event. Mark and Gaughran put on a great event. So this is going to be a great one. Fair play to Kevin. He stood up and took a big domestic fight, and it's going to be a great fight. What a main event! It is a great, like, from the outside looking in objectively, it's a great fight. Like, it's a great fight. So, yeah, roll on. 4 weeks, man. 4 weeks. Let's go.
Definitely. Well, listen, thanks very much for your time, and I'm sure we'll catch up in Fight Week in Belfast.
Big love, Steve. God bless,
All right,
bro.
Jamie. Cheers. Take care. Thanks.
You know what, brother.
Bye bye. Bye bye.